Okay, as I mentioned at the very beginning of the forum, the questions were put together by the leader of the Legislative Affairs Committee of the Chamber of Commerce. To wind down the forum, we are allowing the candidates to pose a question to their opponent, and the opponent gets to have 1 minute to answer that question. And just by the way the routine has been going here, Mrs. Giffords gets to ask the question first to Mr. Kelly. Please be succinct in the question.
Well, Mr. Kelly, on Monday night you insulted my father, and tonight you insulted my mother too, by saying that I bankrupted my family's business. I sold El Campo Tire to the largest tire manufacturer in the world.
Ms. Giffords, this is a question.
Yes, I know that. We profited from that. You also said I bankrupted the state of Arizona. We're constitutionally required to have a balanced budget. When I talked about hypocrisy, I want to know how it is that your family's business, which is fine, it's a great construction company, can continue to take stimulus dollars, which you rail against, and also earmarked dollars, which you rail about. The hypocrisy, I want you to explain how you can justify complaining about federal dollars and then turning around and profiting from them.
Mr. Kelly, you have 1 minute to answer that question, please.
Okay, thank you. Don Kelly Construction is a private construction company, and unless we want raw sewage flowing out in the streets, I think we better keep doing what we're doing. We put in water and sewer line work. We don't lobby for, solicit, or do anything. We bid against other private contractors, and the low bidder gets the job. That's what we do at Don Kelly Construction, on top of paying great wages, on top of doing other things. And when you reference your family business was never brought up until you stuck your nose in mine.
Sorry, Mr. Kelly, now you get to ask a question of Ms. Giffords.
Sure, I'd love to. As the current congressional representative from here in District 8, with over 60% of the people in the district standing against it, was it representative to vote yes on Obamacare?
We were all in this room about a year ago when a gentleman from your community, Marty Huffman, stood up. I don't know if Marty's here tonight. Marty Huffman is a resident here in Sierra Vista. He talked about what had happened to his family with his wife who had developed this debilitating disease, driving his family into almost complete bankruptcy. Here he was, almost in tears that night, talking about what these insurance companies, even though he continued to pay his premiums year after year after year, were leaving his family on the sidelines, on the side of the road, as they continued to profit by cutting his insurance. This system that we have is so outrageous that insurance companies profit by hundreds of millions of dollars, yet we have 50 million Americans with no coverage. How will the United States of America continue to be an economic powerhouse when we have just in the 8th Congressional District over 1,000 bankruptcies?
Thank you, Ms. Giffords. Now each candidate gets to have 2 minutes for a closing statement. And again, the way that we're going back and forth there, I believe the first closing statement goes to you, Ms. Giffords.
Well, thank you again, Mr. Vega, and to members of the Sierra Vista Chamber of Commerce, for our audience for coming out, and for Mr. Kelly. Elections are fundamentally about choices, and as you can tell tonight, the choices start this fall. When you think about the difference, I talked about public education, supporting the Department of Education. Mr. Kelly wants to eliminate it. I want to shore up Social Security. Mr. Kelly wants to privatize your Social Security. I believe that we should strengthen Medicare and have voted to do so. Mr. Kelly says that Medicare recipients, in his words, need to get off the public dole. So there's a stark contrast as you see here tonight. When you elected and sent me to Congress in 2006, I made some promises to you. First, I promised to keep the Sierra Vista office. We did that. We have over 1,500 constituent cases since I came into office, and we have successfully closed over 90% of those cases. When I also retained a key employee who has done a terrific job here, and I'm very pleased to take care of all of your needs. The top request, Social Security, veterans issues, military issues. You talked to me about the importance of the border, and as I talked about, I have voted and fought to continue to strengthen the U.S.-Mexico border here in southern Arizona, bringing the National Guard back, adding $600 million, doubling the number of Border Patrol agents. You talked to me about the importance of Fort Huachuca. That was my promise to you, is to do everything I could to protect and defend the fort, and I continued to do that. Other areas of priority are public schools, our healthcare system, all of these reasons why Cochise County voted for me in 2006 and 2008, I haven't forgotten. It has been an honor to be your Congresswoman in the United States Congress. I work very hard. When I go to Washington, I know who elected me. You elected me, and I'm not going to forget that. I would be honored and humbled to have your vote. Thank you.
Well, this election is about choices. We are about to decide the future direction of this country. Are you happy with Congress? How's your 401k today compared to what it was 2 years ago? The unemployment numbers, the deficit, the debt. If you're happy with these,
please let the gentleman speak.
Then please, the choice is clear. But if you want something different, I am something different. I am not a career politician. I'm a United States Marine. I'm a businessman. I'm a husband and a father. I love this country. I would lay down and die for it, and I will die before I live in a country where my son has to be told by the government what kind of health care he has to buy. Ever. We don't live in that country. We live in America. And in America, we are the greatest country in the history of the world, not because of government. We're the greatest country in the history of the world because we have limited government, because the American people are in charge here, not a bunch of political elites in Washington, D.C. We are magnificent. We are the shining city on a hill. We, the American people, have had enough of a government that will not listen to us. We are marching on Washington. We will see victory in November, and we will show the career politicians in Washington, D.C. just how much we love freedom in this country, because freedom is who we are as Americans, and we will always stay that way. My name is Jessie Kelly. Not only am I asking for your vote, I ask you that you never give up on this magnificent country. And that's going to be the greatest honor of my life to be your next congressman. Thank you for taking the time to come out.
Both Congressman Giffords and Mr. Kelly for taking time out. You know, we're down here in the southern part of that CD8 district, and we really do appreciate you coming here. Don't forget to vote. I know many of you